Hey guys, welcome to another episode of What Twitter Said, and today we're talking about Jewish space lasers.
Welcome back to another episode of Jamie and the Bird. And of course, I am the Bird, aka Andy. And he is...
I'm Jamie.
Hey! You've got us again, and this time a little bit earlier, because we've got a major problem, people.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
A serious problem. You thought coronavirus was bad? No. There's currently a Jewish space laser pointing at us.
What?
Jewish space laser pointing at us.
Every time
we're bang in trouble. Yeah, I could predict World War III. Apparently, it's controlled by the Rothschilds or even George Soros, but definitely a Jewish space laser.
What are we going to do?
You know what we're going to do? We're going to look at some tweets about it because it's fucking hilarious.
Yes. Brilliant. So, what's the context of this one, Andy?
Basically, it's an American Wally that's come out with a massively anti-Semitic idea. This was back in 2018. And to put this sums up America, really, doesn't it? So this is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a member of the US House of Representatives. She is part of the US political system. Okay, nice. This woman has supported Pizzagate, QAnon, false flag shootings, 9/11 conspiracy theories, the Clinton kill list. Her Facebook account has expressed support for executing prominent Democratic politicians, and then on top of that, she filed for impeachment against Joe Biden just 2 days after his inauguration. So
you really want her at the wheels of power, don't you? Wheels of power.
Well, this is the thing, and obviously, when she comes out and makes accusations that the Jews actually created the Californian fires back in when was
it? The wildfires, but yeah, that was 2018.
Wildfires.
Yeah, LA nearly burned like
exactly.
Bad, yeah.
So her accusation was that actually that was caused by a Jewish space laser targeting particular areas of real estate owned by people that they didn't like. Basically,
just think for a moment what world you have to live in where that goes through your head and you go, you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. I've got this. Right. Or you're just a massive anti-Semitic racist. But
there are people out there that, and I have heard about this before. Actually, and this is my stepdaughter came to me, and she said, you know that the California fires were started by a laser. Now I know why she said it, and that just goes to show that the mindset of the people behind. Okay, it was a teenager that came to me and thought that was the real conspiracy theory after watching it. But look, I mean, this is gold, and the people that have replied to this, a lot of people of the Jewish faith, but I applaud you.
The best way of fighting hatred,
absolute gems with this. So anyway, without much ado, Jamie, what have we?
Let's jump into it.
What have we got today?
Before we do, I just want to repeat that point and say the best way of fighting hatred sometimes is just humour. And these people have absolutely hit the 10 out of 10 mark. They've done such a good job of this. So let's have a look. So the first one we've got is by Cthulhu Wash Your Hands at Amazing Kung Fucked. Oh, that's quite a cool Twitter handle, actually. And he's put here, if the source of the Jewish space laser isn't called the Death Star of David, then colour me disappointed. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Can you imagine Vader saying that?
No, the thing that we missed off of this really is he's missed the trick, and we've had to do two tweets back to back that kind of say the same thing. Is he's brought out the Star of David. The next one on this one, which is at Jen Bainham, what I picture every time I read the phrase Jewish space laser, actually created the Death Star of David. I mean, Absolutely. How much time have you got on your hands to create this? Or did you find it somewhere? This is the thing. Has someone already got...
They must have found it somewhere. But this is the glory of the internet, isn't it? You don't have to go searching very hard to find something aligned with what you want. Brilliant.
The thing that I love about this is that someone has sat down and actually taken the time to create this and to design it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look, Jen Bainim, well done. And what was the other one called? His fantastic name?
Oh, hang on, I've got rid of it. Oh, bloody hell.
Amazing Kung Fucked.
Yeah, Amazing Kung.
Amazing Kung Fucked. I mean, like, not only have you got a superb Twitter name, you also are a genius in the creation of the Death Star of David. Yes. Well done.
Well done. Seriously good. So moving on from that one, because obviously if you've got lasers in space, what's even better than that? It's having lasers also on the ground. And this was actually a absolutely brilliant tweet by Glenn Fleischman at Glenn F, who put here, at least she doesn't know about our ground lasers. Excellent. Well done, Glenn. Well done, Glenn. Absolute hero. I mean, you know, to be fair, if you're gonna conquer the world with lasers, you've got to have both ground and space covered, haven't you? You've just got.
The thing that I've got to bring through on this, because with this tweet, I didn't find I didn't include the original tweet, and the reason that this actual thread was found was because I looked at Markov Team Big Lizard on there, who just randomly started explaining the workings of the laser. And it's like the end of the laser has its panels thin so that space dirt doesn't get caught in it. This is standard practice for when the space laser is first turned on. This is actually very good for the lasers down the line. Gives you less problems to worry about. I think you're in the wrong place, Markov, to be honest, mate.
He's just played that so well and so deadpan that people are going to go, what the fuck? Love that. I love people like that.
He's so deadpan. But then, of course, outside of that, then we've got Leon Black Lives Matter, who, I mean, if you're talking laser beams, then if you're not going to use an Austin Powers meme, are you really talking about lasers? And then he just brings in, I say you've got the answer right here. Picture of Dr. Eva. Laser.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. And then
fucking superb, man.
And then next up, we've got, just because, you know, let's face it, if you're a mother and you see this kind of horrible anti-Semitism like doing the rounds, what's the best way of responding to it? Again, you use humour. And so this mother here, she has put something absolutely brilliant. This is Helena Subotic, or at Subotic Helena. My son is extremely excited about the Jewish space laser and wants me to buy him one immediately.
I mean, what kid wouldn't want? It actually makes me want to be Jewish. This is the whole thing. I mean, if this, not only are there a lot of holidays in the Jewish faith, which I was always incredibly jealous of with the guys that I worked with before, but now you have an actual space laser as well. Like, this is like proper stuff.
If you were to ask a kid, you know, what do you want for Christmas? Do you want the latest toy? What do you want? Do you want a PlayStation 5? Fuck that! I want a Jewish space laser. Thanks, Mum. Brilliant. Which kid wouldn't want that? Imagine getting bullied at school and you just go, like, great job. Winning.
Well, this is actually, because there are many ways in which that this space laser could be used, and I think this is covered in one of the tweets that's coming up.
Well, no, to be fair, we've got something a little bit more serious now, and to be fair, I think it is our duty to kind of what's the word, to take it a bit more serious sometimes. And this is actually from a lady called Ellie Silverman at Silverman_Ellie. And to be fair, she does bring it down to earth a little bit, and I think it is fair. It is fair warning. She's put here, I wish everyone stopped joking. This is incredibly serious and dangerous, giving others permission to not care. Yesterday, you were saying the Holocaust didn't happen overnight, little by little with small meaningless jokes. We should be united. This is unacceptable anti-Semitic rhetoric. And you know what? She is right, but I think it's fair to say that most people, I'd say the overwhelming majority of people in this world think that crazy bitch in the US government is just that, a complete, crazy, nasty racist.
But do you know that? Do you know the wonderful thing about this? And I think from looking at some of the names on this and the way that they're speaking in these tweets, is the majority of the people that we have actually picked out, if not all of them, maybe, are actually Jews themselves, and they're all massively taking the piss out of this.
Yeah.
And they're all seeing the funny side of it. And actually, in going through this, I was trying to find like the idiotic responses to it. I was trying to find the like really harsh kind of responses to it that you'd sit and be like, trying to find those kind of, and I couldn't find them. That actual tweet is the harshest that I could possibly find. And in actual fact, she's just talking real, like just bringing it back to reality. So it's like
100%. Yeah, because we were talking about a little bit, weren't we? We were saying like, the constant fear that you must have based on history and that appalling history, but then the fact that you now live in this world, and I think it's brilliant, where people can go, you know what, the best way of actually dealing with these fucking crazies is by just taking the piss out of them as much as you can.
Make it funny, make it light-hearted, and that's really, in essence, what we're here to try and do, is to try and pick out, like, really with this, I don't think, like, normally what we say is we try and find the outlandish and the ridiculous and all that kind of stuff, and try and bring it to you guys. In this instance, the actual subject matter itself is the ridiculousness. And might I add, sorry, if you guys are watching this and you are enjoying what we're doing, can we ask that there is a like button at the bottom and you just hit the like button? It all helps the algorithm with us moving up and basically getting shown more to other people. If you really like it and you've got an account, then click subscribe. And then also click the notification bell as well, because all that does is it just tells you when our next videos are actually coming out. On top of that, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and also Instagram at Jay and the Bird. Give us a cheeky little follow anyway. Only if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then...
Yeah, but also if you don't do any of those things Andy's just asked you to do, or if you don't like us, we're going to speak to our newfound friends and get the Jewish space laser to come and kill you fuckers.
And they will iron you out, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So
anyway, moving back in.
That's something a bit more lighthearted. Again, this is a brilliant one, and this is from, if I can just open it up, I've cut off the person's, that's really annoying, Minerva P Riley, I can just catch it, at double CA5T, so at double cast. She put here, apparently Marjorie Taylor Greene, representative Republican for Georgia, thinks that the wildfires in California were started by, and I'm paraphrasing here, a Jewish space laser. And I've got to say, I feel like I would have been far more inclined to go to Hebrew school as a kid if I'd known there'd be a space laser. Yes, I think, to be fair, not being Jewish and never having had the opportunity to go to Hebrew school, I would have been clamouring to get into Hebrew school if there was a space laser that we could play with.
I would 100% be Jewish now if that was the case.
Yeah, because wasn't it Donald Trump's daughter? She became Jewish, didn't she? She became a member of the Jewish faith, but they have to go through quite a lengthy process to do it. I think you have to learn quite a lot of stuff.
Oh, you got they won't. You don't just all of a sudden go, "Oh, I'm Jewish."
No, but you know what? If there is a space laser at the end of it, it is a worthwhile process, guys. I mean, we would all do it. Let's face it. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't
there's Jomps Wobbin that replies to this tweet, and I don't know which way they're going with it. So put like Jewish people out there, can you please just comment and let me know what the bloody hell's going on with this tweet? Because what he said put in there is like, Jewish scientist, I built a laser, but I don't have a name for it yet. Jewish scientist 2, I've got it. Jewish scientist 1, you can't name it.
That's Eli.
After the fiddler carrot, and then goes from there, and he's like, Jewish scientist 2, laser wolf. So it keeps on coming up with Fiddler on the Roof references. I've never watched it, never read it. I don't understand what this is. So Jewish people, can you enlighten us as to what the bloody hell's going on there? And with laser wolf, is that just like a Jewish name or something? I genuinely don't have a clue. So can you...
No, just guys, just for our viewers there, and just my job is to educate Andy. Where Jewish scientist 1, what he said there is Eli, not it's Eli, which is actually a name of Jewish heritage.
Oh, Eli! Yeah. I looked at it from a distance and thought, "Hey, Eli, look, silly me."
Sorry, Eli. We apologise to you out there. We didn't mean it.
Apologies to all the Eli's, where I just you are now called A. You've suddenly become more Italian. Hey, you know. Oh mate.
Yeah. Right. You know what I love as well, that sometimes, even in these crazy fucking moments where you've got this crazy American lady talking this absolute horrific anti-Semitic nonsense, and the brilliant replies there's always one person that can somehow find a way of getting logic into it. And that's our next tweeter. And that was, what was this person's name? Vincent Hilversum, so at Vince Hilly. This is impeccable logic, by the way. I feel like if there really was a giant Jewish space laser, there would be considerably fewer Nazis. You can't deny the logic in that, can you?
Just said a white supremacist rally, and all of a sudden, an Independence Day like laser just comes down. Irons them all out.
Imagine that. They're trying to, what? You're trying to do a repeat of the Capitol Hill riot, are you? No, you're fucking not, son. Be a Nazi. Job done.
Imagine having that, though. What Jew has got the big red button, though? This is what I want to know. Because she said George Soros. I know the name, but who is George Soros? Do we know?
He's the businessman, isn't he? That he's probably one of the most sneered men in the world. So a lot of crazy, utterly insane conspiracy theorists think he's responsible for most of the bad stuff that happens. It's anti-Semitism writ large, basically.
A Hungarian-born American billionaire investor and philanthropist, George Soros. So he's given away more than 32 billion of his personal fortune, apparently. But apparently, this is the guy that she's blaming for having the big red button.
We've got your back. We know that there is no Jewish space laser. We know it's not your fault. Please give us some money. Or like, subscribe, or retweet. That would be great.
Whatever happens, if you like to give money away, we will have it. Just let us know and get it shared out there.
Yeah.
I think, how many more have we got on here now, Jay?
Only a couple more. So we've got, one more. And I'll let Andy read this one because this one really tickled him.
This one made me chuckle. It's very. Let me just bring it up. Look, everyone always does like lengthy tweets and really long tweets, and generally it's just the one-liners that are the best. And then Gilman at Gilman Seymour just comes back and goes, "Circumcision standards are changing."
So no longer using the scalpel, now using death laser. Something like people, brilliant. I love self-deprecating humour. I love
brilliant.
It's just the best.
Off the back of this, right? So, like, looking into this, there's now a new hashtag which is Expel Her Now.
Yeah.
Now there was a call for her to be expelled. Someone's put it up on Twitter. Let me just have a quick look. Pardon me. ReallyAmerican.com is while Marjorie Greene spreads dangerous conspiracies about Jews controlling the world with a Jewish space laser. The rest of the GOP, which is the Republican Party,
the grand old party, the Republican Party,
yes, is as silent as Jim Jordan at a wrestling sleepover. Retweet if you agree. Expel her now. This is now being retweeted 7,200 times, and then underneath that, ReallyAmerican.com again. We must hashtag expel her now. We're crowdfunding these billboards to surround the US Capitol to call on Congress to expel Greene and Burbot. I don't know who the other woman is. They endorse political violence and are now spreading anti-Semitic conspiracies. Retweet and chip in to help us get this done. Again, that's now been retweeted 1,700 times.
Yeah, I think she's toast, and rightly so.
But the thing is, this is from two. Like, let's have it right though. It just goes to show, like, with these things, that to be honest, by the sounds of things, this bird had it coming to her a long time ago. She's way too controversial for shit not to come back to her. But this is for stuff that was on her Facebook back in 2019, and apparently, 2018, and apparently now she's actually going back through her Facebook and she's deleted everything like pre-2018, so it can't come and bite her on the arse. But the crazy thing about this is she's a politician, mate. Like, she's in charge.
She achieved office. She achieved office. You know, we sit here and rightly so, in my opinion, just my personal. You know, we bitch and we moan about the likes of Nigel Farage and being like nasty bits of work and horrible, yada yada yada. But their level of craziness is nothing in comparison to this.
Mate, we think Boris is batshit crazy, and like at the end of the day, he's a bumbling buffoon. That's pretty much the way. He's
not a raging anti-Semite. So,
but with this, like, I mean, and even with who was the anti-Semitic crap, the Labour leader that came out?
No, the man who was often accused of anti-Semitism, Jeremy Corbyn.
Jeremy Corbyn. But he wasn't coming out and saying, "Oh my God, like the Jews have got fucking laser tanks going around the UK." Do you know what I mean? Like the level of this, and the thing is, like, I can understand, like there's a lot of the tin hat brigade that are out there on Twitter going in the conspiracy theories, but like this woman's in a position of power. Like, I mean, it's fucking insane. Absolutely crazy, man.
Yeah, hopefully she will no longer have any form of public office whatsoever. You know, I don't like this. I don't like cancel culture or all that stuff. But if you're a raging racist or anti-Semite and you're this overt with what you're doing, then I'm sorry, you need to reestablish to look again at your worldview. You need to look at what's going through your brain, because
I mean, she's one of the crazies out there. We've highlighted the crazies.
Yes.
We found some of the absolute genius tweets from Twitter out there, and you guys are heroes in your own right. Well done. We're releasing this one a little bit earlier because I think with normally these things come out on a Monday, but when you get something like this coming out, you've got to get it out there. Yeah. Remember, guys, look, if you don't subscribe, we won't survive. And what we're doing it because we love it, and it's great fun doing it all. But also, look, we're doing it to entertain you as well. So if you are watching again, press the like button at the very least. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to have an account. You don't need to do anything whatsoever. Click the like button on there. Helps our video. If you're watching the video as well, don't just watch the first couple of minutes of it. Watch it till the end. Yeah, please. And even if you don't want to watch it, just stick it on in the background. Let it run. Yeah. Let it run.
It helps us about average views. So if you could do that, guys.
Exactly. So look, we're here. Have we got anything else to share about the batshit crazy?
No, I think we're good. I think this week's episode of What Twitter Said has gone to one of the extremes of what the internet can provide. But you know what? Again, big applause to the guys who came back with those tweets. Humour is a great way of fighting hatred.
Fantastic. Guys, remember to comment on below and let us know in terms of the Fiddler and the Roof gear and the laser wolf. Completely went over our head. Yeah. Also, put in the comments the stuff that you want to see us cover as well. You know, we're sitting there, and as always, we're winging it. We're picking what's trending. We're picking the stuff that's outlandish, but we want to know what you guys think as well. Give us your feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. But other than that, we love you. Big up your chest. I've been Bird, aka Andy. He's been Jamie.
Yep. Take care, guys.
and that's us done.
See you later.
Big ups. Laters.